traveling through airports and going through TSA, not the most enjoyable experience. Of course, traveling in general is a lot of fun and getting to your cool destination is very exciting. But as someone like myself and like many of you, you probably carry everyday items like pocket knives, multi-tools, firearms for self-defense, bear spray, RPGs, claymore mines. I don't judge. Whatever you need on a day-to-day basis, you usually have on your person. Well, TSA doesn't vibe with a lot of that stuff. So over the years, I've traveled a lot for work, for personal, for YouTube, for all the different events I go to, and I've learned what I can take, what exactly is allowed through TSA. Even though they say it's allowed through TSA, some items really are not, depending on what airport you're in and what of the director is running that current TSA, because they might come back and be like, it's too pointy. I don't like how this looks. But with that comes, where's the fine line for like myself as a civilian walking through TSA just to get to my destination. The goal is to have no hiccups. I have pre-check. You go through, no issues, and have enough stuff on you where if I need to fix something or do something, then I have it there at my ready. Now, this is not about a backpack, right? About 7 years ago, I know, 7 years ago, if you're an old subscriber, if you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe for sure, but if you're an old subscriber, 7 years ago, Maxpedition, I did a little pouch review called TSA Approved EDC, right? And it was a little pouch. That's stuff that's in a pouch that would be in your backpack, essentially. You can't really carry it on you. It's a little bit big, but it's stuff you would need in emergency, things you would want to use, right? Extra cash, Band-Aids, little multi-tools without blades, things like that, right? Let's talk about TSA Approved EDC, things I have on my body that I've been carrying throughout the years, and I've learned what works, what doesn't, and how I can get through that whole process of security safe and efficient. Let's take a look.
That's why our new slogan is Alaska Airlines. You didn't die, and you got a cool story.
Two things before we talk about all the stuff in my pockets and on my person at the airport, going through TSA. On the way to the airport, I try to think about what I want to bring before I go and pay $17 for like a sandwich at one of the little shops there in the airport through security. Well, First Form sent me a bunch of stuff. You can check them out. I'll drop a link down below to their deals page. But this blue raspberry is fantastic. This is green tea based. It's an energy drink. Mental focus is kind of the main point around it. And then also hydration, but it's also FDA inspected in the USA. So that's really cool to see. And then that on top of their level 1 peanut butter and jelly protein bars. I can literally just take these and maybe some of the beef sticks you've seen in my other videos and have a relatively healthy, high protein snack on the way to the airport. And that should get me through, and bring some almonds and things like that as well, get me through a lot of that. Now, there's also one other thing that I just arrived the other day. You've seen it at SHOT Show. Pelican ATX 22-inch carry-on luggage. This is in their stealth gray color, and Pelican sent this out to me after I talked with them at SHOT Show. Super high quality. Carry-on even has like the soft close handles and everything, and you can check out that full review I did with them. But no zippers, has the watertight seal around it, and has the push clips with combo locks on there. Really neat. Full review on this coming soon, but I just got it. Very exciting. And even Colton, he has been riding around literally on this thing because the wheels are very high quality. He just goes and flies around the living room in it. So that is pretty cool. So that's gonna be kind of what I'm gonna take on my carry-on, not a check bag. You could check it though as well. Let's go look at this table. There's some new stuff as well as old stuff I've been carrying for years. All the links for everything you see today are down below. You might want a belt. This is a Core belt. I believe it's like the X5 buckle. And what's cool about Core, K-O-R-E, is they have a ratcheting system. I've used similar belts in the past, which are all EDC, and I've even used some TSA ones which have plastic buckles on them, and some thinner ones as well, but these are reinforced belts, kind of like the old Blue Alpha that I've worn as well with that little micro Cobra buckle. It's good to have a belt because you can use these for medical things. You can go and utilize these for fixing something if you need to, and obviously keep your pants up, and it's not as comfortable as wearing no belt, but I do suggest a belt of some type. On my wrist has been for many years an Apple Watch. Now, I have a love-hate thing with Apple for at least their Apple Watches. Love their phones. We'll talk about that in a sec, but this is the Series 9, I believe, 45 millimeter, and it's been good. This one's been good. I think I had it for a little over a year now or so, or whenever the last, I think when they came out, I had to get a new one because I've had like a 7 and I think a 3 before that, and they die after a couple of years. I had some green screens, which is just stupid, but that is where we're at. I'm kind of thinking about doing like a Garmin. Talk with those guys quite a bit at SHOT Show. So if you guys have any recommendations on the Garmin watches, if you like those. Rings, this is like a groove ring, one of the rubberized ones. I had a tungsten ring for a long time after getting married. It's a groove ring, kind of chipping a little bit. So the multicolor ones do chip a little bit. You can get new rings on Amazon. I'll drop a link down below. These are everywhere. You can get like 3 packs for like under 20 bucks. And you can just have a bunch of different colors, OD green and like gray. And so if you have something like this, you can bring something a little more soft, a little more comfortable for flying than a heavy gold or white gold or tungsten. Keys are usually in my left cargo pocket or left jacket pocket. I like to keep these on my body and not put into a backpack until I get to my destination. Then I put into a zipper compartment inside my backpack so I know where they are, but it's nice to keep them on body. And that being said, I have some house keys, Miso custom case for the key fob for my Tacoma, blue Alpha little keychain here with a clip like that. And then this is actually more recent. This has gone through TSA, no issues. This is called the Mighty Bar, another Amazon product that I found. Really cool. It's not sharp at all. It's essentially a little pry bar, but can also be used as a flathead, used as a chipping device of some type, can open boxes. I've even seen people use these to nail something down. It's just a nice little solid chunk of metal here. Phone is just an iPhone 16 Pro. Use it almost every day for not just work, but for YouTube. So a lot of the stuff I film is on the phone if it's not a full camera rig setup. But this thing's been all right. The new action button is relatively useless, I think. I think a lot of people I've talked to have just disabled it. But you can use it for the camera. It's kind of in the way a little bit. The camera's been great. Phone's been great. Battery is already dwindling away. It's only, what, 6 months old or something? Like, the battery almost doesn't last a whole day already, so go figure with that. Thanks a lot, Apple. But it's been great. Nice case. This is a Kevlar reinforced case with rubber on the inside and then some tempered glass on there. Has enough of a ledge that I like on the side here for making sure that I don't get this when it drops to, unless it's like a rock or something. If it drops flat, it won't hit the glass or the tempered glass, because that tempered stuff is cool, but man, tempered glass like cracks very easily. This one's been really good. This more recent one I got has lasted a few months now, and also you can't see anything from the right or left because it's a privacy on there. Another cool factor when you're on a plane, so no one's kind of staring at all your text messages, sending all the SpongeBob memes.
Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob!
Patrick, the lid's already off.
By the way, the Mighty Bar is made of stainless steel. I don't know if I mentioned that. Now, what replaced my knife? Well, I've had a Gerber Shard, which is a small version of this, for years. Now, that has lived in my pocket as a pry tool, as a cutting tool. There's no sharp edges, or at least super sharp edges on here, and I've never had anyone bat an eye at TSA, never even looked at it, which is great. Considering the next thing I have to show you, I've actually had people look at several times and ask me to pull out of my pocket going through TSA. So I'll show you this first though. This is the Gerber Gear Shard XL EDC. So it's a 6-in-1 multi-tool made of alloy steel. Didn't say stainless, but it's an alloy steel. You have an aluminum scale topo on here, topographic there, which is very nice. A nice clip on there for your pocket as well. There's also, I think, another one like a micarta scale on there, which is pretty cool. So it has flathead, right? Small and medium. You can kind of use those for also a pry bar with both of those, paint or whatever it is. and it's a nice little screwdriver there. Also has a bottle cap opener right there. Weighs just 2.4 ounces, measures 3.9 inches long, so nice and small, which is good. Comes with a lifetime warranty from Gerber, so these things just last. Like I said, the Gerber Shard was just a single sheet of metal of steel there. This thing is going to last forever with the little tools on there. Has a key ring little loop there for you if you need it. Also, these are considered wire strippers on there, so they're not just too sharp, not enough to bat an eye, but with that, sharp enough for stripping wires. So possibly also think about rope, strings. If you have no access to a blade, this could help quite a bit with that. Pocket clip, of course, on there is also nice to see, nice and metal. Really neat. I love it. And it's been a nice pocket staple to go right next to the next thing. And this lives right next to that Gerber Shard XL. This is the Streamlight Wedge XT. Lives in my pocket most days and works well to go in my pocket for TSA. USB-C rechargeable. Already lost a screw from all the years of carrying this. Had this in for a couple of years now. I love it. Flat on one side. Has some grips for your fingers on the other for holding either which way you want. Has a nice grip and super bright light. You have a high and a low. 500 lumens at the ready. Tail switch with a lockout mode. There's a bunch of programmable options for this switch, which is really nice. And you have a string and that nice pocket clip there. And the high is 500 lumens, which is more than enough with a rechargeable flashlight in your pocket of this size. And then you can go and double click and you have a much lighter, lower 50 lumens, 2 hour of the 500 and 11 hour with this 50 lumen. It's also IPX7 waterproof. And again, it has that Streamlight lifetime warranty. It's flat, yet does pack enough of a punch for my EDC. And then if you kind of pause in between buttons, you can double click to get that low. Then it always goes back to that high, is which how I set it. It's been fantastic. But with that clip, I've had several TSA agents, as I was walking through, say, "Sir, you can't carry a knife through here." I took it out because this looks more of a clip for a knife than even this does. I guess the black is showing, I don't know. But with that, they said, "Oh, so you can't carry a knife?" And I'd pull it up, oh, it's just a flashlight. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't had anyone talk about this yet. But it's just kind of interesting how clips on your pocket can be seen as, oh, you can't carry a knife. And that's fair. With that being said, there's something else clipped in my pocket. And that's one of 2 pens. That's right, a pen. Now, of course, pens are good for drawing and coloring and other things, you know, especially a aluminum type of a pen with it, or a stainless steel construction type of a pen, like this Sharpie here. This is a Sharpie pen, all right? Now, this is their stainless steel Sharpie pen, right? Love a good Sharpie. They stopped making these for a long time now. I think they brought them back maybe the last couple of years. I don't know if they're gonna stick around again, but they stopped making them for a few years. Sharpie, and then this one is a staple of pretty much any Walmart, Target, wherever you wanna go. This is a Zebra, right? So this is a Zebra GP, see that? G301.7 millimeter. And surprisingly, this is what a lot of law enforcement carries. They not only are fantastic for writing, but they are all one-piece construction there of stainless steel. So with that, it is something that I think would be very useful to have in almost any circumstance where you can't carry your normal EDC. These are great. Links will be down below. Love them. I don't know about you guys, but I like to be left alone in peace while traveling, unless of course I'm traveling with a group, which is fine. Get to chat and hang out and stuff. But for the most part, walking around the airport, getting those steps in, I do have in one of my pockets or my coat pocket access to my AirPods. These are like the AirPod Pro 2s with a little Game Boy case that I found. You can get these off of Amazon. Burt's Bees or some type of chapstick, especially for the winter times. It's just a comfort thing, right? And with that also, maybe even for the summer, if I'm going to a range day or something, you're gonna want these, especially in the desert, something to keep your lips safe and moisturized, because that is just a pain and annoying otherwise. Been carrying this for a couple of years now. This is actually an Anker Mag Go. So it's an Anker battery pack that goes on the outside of your phone that goes and works with the MagSafe compatibility on your phone. It sticks to the back of it. USB-C rechargeable, has a button on the top with indicator lights right there. And then also, if you feel inclined, you can go and make a little stand. I love it. It's not as powerful as some of the external battery packs you plug into your phone, but it's thin, it's sleek, easy to throw in your pocket, and even put it right next to your wallet. So I've been carrying the Axwell wallet for a long time now, a few years now. This is essentially a Ridge wallet competitor, except built a little bit nicer. I've noticed that all the elastic bands and how they're designed, which are just a little bit different than Ridge, have held up very, very well. And you can get replacement bands and all that too, but love this wallet, no issues at all. Almost all of the rest of the stuff you would carry with you, like glasses or sunglasses or a med kit or whatever have you, iPad, laptop, will be in a backpack that I carry that is a Vertex backpack. Love that pack. I'll link that down below, but it's not related to an actual EDC on body. That is it for this video. Everything you've seen in this video, again, will be down linked below, a lot of which is on Amazon. A lot of this stuff you usually take out of your pockets, even your belt sometimes, depending on what the airport is doing. Sometimes they'll say leave your belt on, sometimes they say don't, depending on what I suppose the metal detector is doing from how much it's looking for, but usually I just take everything out, take the belt off, put it in the bin. It's just easier than having it ring and come back, or especially the scanners, they'll pat you down and all that. So just be safe about it, be efficient, and just be smart. Just listen to the announcements. I've had a great experience over the last few years testing out some of the newer stuff I've been trying to take through, because a lot of stuff isn't really TSA approved. Some like the tactical pens and stuff, like the pointy ones, that's a no-go. I had a couple times where the guys are like, I'll let you keep it this time, after like talking to the manager, and it's like, man, just go with what you know will work and get through easily, right? So you can get to your destination and not have to deal with a headache for any kind of things like that. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or any suggestions or anything along the way, anything you've seen in TSA, wherever you've enjoyed bringing a new product through that works really well, hit them down in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them and read those. Thank you again. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you train hard. You never know what's coming. Take care of the ones you love, those ones that matter, and we'll see you in the next review.